I rewatched The Godfather Part 2. And I'm going to say, out of all of the movies that is of that style, that is clearly the greatest one ever made. Any sort of gangster movie, any mob movie, any fucking dirty cop type of fucking whatever. That is the benchmark. Like, by the end of Godfather 2, like, Michael is a fucking sociopath.
I mean, the guy is really worried that he maybe is a bad man. Finally, he's torn between good and evil. I mean, he is literally torn apart.
Now, if you've never seen it, you know, I get it. It's a 50-year-old movie. You guys are young. Maybe you haven't seen it. Just shut off the podcast now because I don't want to fucking ruin this for you. But for those of you who have seen it, okay, every time I watch it, I have a new favorite thing. This time, my favorite thing was when Robert De Niro is, you know, playing young Vito Corleone, and he is in, you know, that he just came into power, and that woman was whining about her rent. You know, she had the dog, and they're going to kick her out, and he goes, all right, you know, and he's doing the Marlon Brando, like, raspy voice thing.
Brando had some thing in his mouth, and I went to the same dentist and just got a smaller one. And I tried to, like, get a little heavier for that period because he was a little older and a little mature and so on.
You know, I'll go have a talk with him, right? And he runs into the landlord in the street, and the guy has no idea who Vito is because he's early in his power. He's telling the guy, do me a favor, blah, 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 says all this thing. And then the landlord looks at Vito and goes, who the fuck are you coming up talking to me like this? He goes, I should kick your ass in the street right here and now. And he never gets mad. He never gets mad. He just keeps smiling, and he goes, no, you know, ask around. You know, you do this favor for me, I'm going to just ask people around who I am, blah, blah, blah. And the guy's like, get the fuck away from me, right? And, of course, the landlord finds out who he is, and then he comes in, hat in hand, and he never says anything. The guy goes, you know, I'm not going to evict her, and here's your money back. Your money, you know, that you gave me. It's good. It's all good. And he just sits there smiling at him. The guy goes, I'll lower it by $5 a month. And he still just stares at him. And then the guy goes all the way down to $10 a month. He's fumbling with the door trying to fucking get out of there, and he never said anything. It was like one of the greatest displays of not only power, but knowing you had power. And how much in command he was of his emotions. And then you tie that in with the whole story of how, like, Sonny was a hothead. You know, just like a street guy.
De Niro tried out for the part of Sonny.
Hey, you know what you do when you knock somebody off? You take a gun, you shoot him right up against his fucking head. That's what you do. You get his brains all over your nice new Ivy League suit, Michael. That's what happens.
You gotta get him close like this, and bada bing, you blow their brains all over your nice Ivy League suit.
You kind of knew he was going to die in some sort of gun battle. He was, like, super fucking emotional. Fredo had pneumonia as a kid, made him dim-witted. So that left Michael. And he didn't want it for him. But he was like odd man out. And then you look at it. Michael has control of his emotions like his dad, but he turns into I think because he didn't want I don't know what the fuck happened with the guy.
The second one was a continuation, and in a way, it was a kind of a descent, in a way, into trying to hold on to everything and losing it.
But a lot of people trash Godfather 3. They had to make Godfather 3. They had to, so he could yell, Fredo! You know, you could show that he actually cared. Here's another thing. I don't get how the fuck you whack your own fucking brother, right? But, like, your ex-wife, who killed your kid? I mean, I don't know. I don't know about that one. That is another favorite moment of mine, when he closes the door on Diane Keaton in the end, and right after the door slams, you just hear her on the other side go, "Oh!" That heartbreak. And you know it had nothing to do with him, because she said, "I don't have any love for you anymore." So that is her heartbreak for, he's got the kids. She doesn't get to see him that often. Oh. You and I are part of the same hypocrisy. I mean, it's just the fucking greatest movie. Greatest movie of fucking all time. And then they got some killer cars in there. That Chrysler limousine. I think when they're in Cuba. When Michael's riding in that. Oh, my God. And then, what's his face? I just forgot his fucking name. The guy, they try to whack him and he thinks it was Michael, so now he's going to testify on him. Then they bring his brother in from Sicily. And then when he just fucking bails on the whole thing, he just goes, they say Michael Corleone did this, Michael Corleone did that. So I'm like, whatever, sure,
And I kept saying, Michael Corleone did this, and Michael Corleone did that. So I said, yeah, sure, why not?
That guy was actually a big-time director, believe it or not. I guess he directed movies, and that was one of his only acting roles he ever did, and he won a fucking Oscar, and he deserved it. It was incredible.
We want Kramer. He showed us how much he cares about Steven.
Don't ever go against the family, Jerry.
Godfather.
Godfather.